recollections that lie there in that old curiosity shop.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the kitchen of the 1925 bungalow. I'm Scott. Something different today. We are going to be making, and I said we, and I'm not talking about me and the mouse in my pocket, but I'm talking about a friend of mine named Jeffrey who's going to arrive here shortly. Some of you may know him. He's helped out as moderator once in a while, and you'll often see him supporting some of the other YouTubers. He's a great support in that way. Anyway, he's arriving shortly, and we are going to make cookies. Now, not just any kind of cookie. Let's go back to 1918, 1919. Not a whole lot of public access to the White House in those days, of course, because of the unfortunate strokes and illness of Warren, gosh, what was his name? Edith. Nope, that was his wife. Mr. Wilson. I should know, he used to be the governor of New Jersey. And the president of Princeton, Woodrow Wilson. All right. Well, that all changed after Harding won the 1920 election and were sworn in 1921. Well, the 20s really hadn't started to roar yet. There was some terrible economic ups and downs early on in the decade. But in come the Hardings, yes, and a lot of us know the story about Florence and Warren Harding, so we won't go through all of that now. But what are you getting at? Well, Jeffrey gave me this book a long time ago called First Lady's Cookbook, yeah? And I was flipping through it. I happen to be a fan of Florence Harding. She was a very interesting lady. And I happen to own a set of glass dishes, and I'd like to show them to you now. There they are. Let's take a close look at one. What in the heck has that got to do with Florence Harding or cookies? Well, the Central Glass Company made this particular pattern, and it was either purchased by Florence Harding or given to her. But we know, according to the White House official decorative arts website, that this pattern was used, among others, by the Hardings in the White House during that administration. So this would be 1922 until Warren took that trip to Alaska. And we know what happened after that, right? That was the end of it. Well, he was very popular until all the scandals came out, but that was after he was out of office. So, anyway, I said, hey, Jeffrey, one of these days, I'm going to make something that Florence Harding enjoyed in the White House and eat it off of her plates. Well, when Jeffrey gets here in just a minute, and I had to call him and say, hey, I'm out of sugar, go get some. So he's on his way. I got some brown sugar back there, but no granulated white. What are we going to do with it? We're going to make her delicious almond cookies. It sounds pretty simple. Here's what's involved. 1 cup of sifted flour, 1/3 cup of sugar, 1/2 cup of grated blanched almonds, 1/3 cup soft butter, the grated rind of 1 lemon, 2 eggs used separately, a pinch of salt, and some blanched almonds for the garnish. Apparently this was a big hit with old Florence. So we're going to go ahead and stir them up right here using all authentic items, many of which were available in 1921, 1922, early 1923. I'm sitting here on top of this enamel counter which pulls out, and I've got it extended out a little bit here to give me some more space. And we're going to use some jadeite bowls that came with a Magic Made mixer. And we might be grinding the almonds up in this little gizmo right here. And then I've also got a green measuring cup that we'll use. There's my Art Deco salt shaker, so we can have a pinch of salt. And the room temperature butter is already sitting here, achieving room temperature in this very nice McKee Laurel Jadeite Berry Bowl, which was introduced in 1930. So, the Hardings were gone by then. So we're going to make these cookies, stick them in the oven, and sample them. And I want to thank you for joining us. Now I just need to wait for Jeffrey to get here with the sugar, and we'll be cooking with gas. Stay tuned. So first we have to sift the flour. Is that good?
That was it. That was it.
Action, lights, action, camera, go.
See, we need 3/4 of a cup of all-purpose flour. So we have a 1/2 of a cup here. My hands are clean. We have a 1/2 of a cup. And we're gonna sift it in this wonderful old sifter. It settles during shipping, so you do have to sift it.
Yeah. Okay, we're just doing it for fun because we have the old appliances. So we're going to let Jeffrey go ahead and sift the flour.
And I've done a lot of baking in my lifetime, so there's our 3/4 of a cup, and we're going to sift away.
Crank it, soldier boy.
Here it goes. And away we go. Watch it snow, but not here.
We may need a close-up of this. Look out, Mrs. Harding. We're coming for you.
And there's our flour.
Fantastic.
And that wonderful sifter.
And next, I'm delighted to add 1/3 cup of sugar. And I've already gone into my Hoosier cabinet, taken the sugar out of the antique Hoosier jar, and placed it in this wonderful glass mixing cup, which does contain uranium. And we can eat these cookies and our body hair will not fall off. Uranium is safe. Well, it's safe as long as it's inside of depression glass. 1/3 cup sugar. Next, the recipe calls for 1/2 cup of grated blanched almonds. Now I have to tell you, we did grind these up in advance in an electric grinder. And we put them in here just to kind of give you the atmosphere. Don't tell Florence. I don't think she'll care anyway. But anyway, this is a classic 1930s nut grinder. You know your grandmother had one. So we've got more than 1/2 cup in there, so we'll measure that out and then we'll go to our next ingredient. You're on. So we now add 3/4 of a cup of room temperature unsalted butter. And it's actually in a 1930s Laurel pattern jadeite bowl. Is that good? Or no? That was fantastic.
No, it wasn't.
That was brilliant.
You sure?
Yeah. Quiet, numbskull, I'm broadcasting. Next, we're going to need the rind of 1 lemon. It smells like my bathroom. Lemony fresh.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Now, let me see. No baking soda in these cookies? Bro, what's up with that? Oh, I know. We'll straighten it out in a minute. Yes, Central, Pennsylvania, you know, the big house. Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington, D.C. Put me through to the woman in charge. Oh, gosh. I hope Warren is out on his poker now. Florence? Hey, Flo, this is Scott from the... Florence, yeah. Florence, this is Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop. Look, I'm about to make your cookies. No baking soda? What's up with that? Oh. I see. Do you assure me? Okay, fine. I was just double checking. Listen, I'll let you know how they turn out. Oh, but before I go, listen, Florence, if a gal by the name of Nan Britton happens to show up, well, I don't want to get into your business, but if I were you, I would change the locks on the downstairs cloak closet. Please keep an eye on Warren. Okay, very good, thank you. Oh, yep, okay, very good. Yep, love you. Okay, that's it. That's it, all right. Well, now listen, get back to your piano playing, and if you have a seance tonight, good luck. Bye, love you. That's an interesting first lady, I can tell you that.
Right. Next, we have to add a pinch of salt. Looks like a pinch to me.
If you get that salt on my linoleum, you're on your way back to Massachusetts. Okay, stage director, what's next?
Next, we have to mix all those ingredients thoroughly with a wooden spoon.
Okay, I have a wooden spoon. I don't know where it is. I lost it when I moved. I'm using that. Now, this is a good time to warn everybody. I am like a bull in a china store in my kitchen. I don't pussyfoot around. So if you're sensitive about banging dishes and maybe not using the right utensil, I kindly warn you now. Turn off your radio. There used to be a radio show called Lights Out, and it would warn, if you frighten easily, turn your radio off now. No, seriously. I do appreciate everyone's concerns. And, you know, I use what I have. The wooden spoon, I don't know where it is. We're going to go with Bakelite and stainless steel. Okay, what do I do?
Well, you have to mix all those ingredients thoroughly.
Including the flour?
Sans wooden spoon.
Including the flour?
No, you're going to mix those ingredients before we add to the flour.
Well, you didn't tell me that, did you? You say you're going to, Mrs. Harding is going to be on your... You do it. You're the guest. You're the company. Sit down. You do it. I'll tell you. Sit down. All right, you do it. Oh, my. Well, he's the company. I'm mixing. I mean, I'm just standing here stage directing. That's the flour. Okay, ready?
So next we have to mix all these ingredients together without the flour. We add the butter and the sugar and the lemon rind. Now if you remember, I already added the salt to the flour, which is perfectly fine.
You did?
I did.
Well, you forgot.
I don't think Mrs. Harding will mind.
You forgot something, Buster.
I'm also adding the almonds.
No. Where's your egg? Cut!
Where is your eggs?
Jeffrey's going to take the top off of the almonds now and then measure them in the green cup. So we'll go ahead and let him do that. And that's how much, Jeffrey, again?
This was a half a cup.
Okay, toss that in.
Sorry for the clanging.
Just dump it in. Go ahead.
It's going in.
Just get it in there.
And there is a half.
All right, dump it.
And we're dumping that in with the
Just
butter
dump it.
and the sugar and the lemon rind.
Now throw your egg in.
And we're going to add our egg.
And start mixing. While he's doing that, of course, it really helps that we're not using an electric beater or anything here because everything is at room temperature and
Right.
we'll get it all mixed up to where it's supposed to be. And then I'll sit down and add the flour, and then we're going to be ready to roll this out, refrigerate it before they go into the oven. But we'll tell you more about that when we come back. Let's turn that around. Let's let everybody see what you're doing there. Get that over there. There they go. They want to. Oh, that looks nice. Yeah, that's nice. Huh? Excellent. You cream that butter.
I'm creaming.
Do it.
I'm creaming.
Okay. Mr. Jeffrey, what happens next?
Looks like we have to gradually work in the sifted flour.
Gradually? I don't do anything gradually. This is going to be a challenge for me. All
Dump
right.
and stir.
Here we go. We're going to put
One
in
at a time. In thirds.
Now, it doesn't say fold, okay? It said work it in.
Work it in.
So, look! I'm getting it all over me like a real bakery chef. what kind of exciting things can we say while I'm gradually working in this flower?
I would have to say that Mr. Harding is probably looking down, smiling, because this is his favorite cookie.
Looking down. That was good.
looking down.
Well,
although, you know, I'm trying to be positive here.
You know, I had to bone up on my Florence. You don't often hear me say that, but let me see. I didn't realize that she died the year after he did. She was only 64 years old. She was a piano player, and she was known to have seances in the White House. I'm gradually working in the flower. Don't worry about me using this spoon in this bowl. These bowls are 80 years old, and they'll be here long after I'm dead, and then after that, I don't care. So the bowls are going to
true.
The bowls are going to be just fine.
And the cookies are going to taste even better.
Oh, they're going to be great. So we're gradually, I feel like I need to stand up to get my, back into it.
Go for it.
I'm doing it. All right, so I'm going to continue gradually working in this butter, or flour rather. And the funny thing is, I just found that wooden spoon a couple of days ago, and I put it somewhere down in that basement, and I don't know where it is. I'll find it probably next Christmas.
I always put stuff in places where I'll remember where it is, and then I can never find it.
So what's it say next to do after all this is worked in?
Well, we're going to form this dough into a ball and then wrap it in wax paper and chill it. It says for an hour.
Okay. Well,
so
it doesn't look like it's going to make a whole lot, but I've worked all the flour in to this mixture. I'm going to continue to work it in a little bit. And then whoever has the cleanest hands will work this into a ball, and then I guess we're going to roll it out.
And then eventually you're going to roll out the dough to a 1/4 inch thickness on a lightly floured board. And then with cookie cutters, we're going to cut them into desired shape and size.
Oh, instead of rolling it.
Yeah, we can
actually do thin cookies.
We can do thin cookies, yeah. You can either roll them into a log and slice them, or you can actually roll them out into a flat, just like a regular dough, to a 1/4 inch thick, and then just cut them with whatever cookie cutter you want.
Let's do it.
Yes.
All right, folks, so let's do a little explaining now. I've taken the dough out of the refrigerator. It chilled for an hour. And let me tell you what we're doing here. We've moderated this. Moderated it? Is that the word? I'm thinking moderator.
Modified it?
We modified it. I'm thinking moderator. You're actually supposed to turn this into a roll. You actually roll the dough and then slice it. It's like a pecan roll, that kind of thing. Right,
Yep,
Jeffrey?
correct. Yep.
We didn't do that. We're using the cookie cutter that we have,
different.
which is actually for biscuits. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we're having fun with them. So we're stamping out the cookies.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why it's only making this many, again, is because this was meant to be rolled up like a jelly roll. Yeah. But we're doing it the way we want to. So we're going to go ahead and put these on. Then you you put 3 slices of almond. I don't know why not 4. I guess Mrs. Harding didn't want to lose control in the White House.
She didn't want her guests to overindulge.
So they're supposed to put 3 slivers of almond around it.
We're doing 4.
And then you dust it.
We might even do 5.
And then you dust it with egg and into the 350 degree oven. And then these are the Mrs. Harding plates made by the Central Glass Company. And she actually owned this particular pattern. It's unclear whether this was a gift. Oftentimes glass companies would give gifts to the first family. Libby Glass did it, and several glass companies. She either purchased the glass or it was given to her. And if you'd like to know more about that, you can go. The White House is a wonderful decorative arts page. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want them to see my dirty sink, so we'll go back over here. They look like little pineapple rings.
They do.
Okay, we'll be back.
Just don't put these on your ham.
No, don't do that. Be back in a minute. Okay, you know what? This is just so much fun. And folks, listen, I didn't go to school for this. I don't know. And you know what? It doesn't matter.
Neither did
Have a good time. Get in the kitchen. Break a dish. Burn it. Just have fun. Enjoy time with family and friends. And
experiment.
Doesn't matter, you know, if they say unsalted and you use salted, or if they say diced pineapple and all you have are chunks instead of tidbits. Enjoy what you're doing, and that's what we're doing here. So we're gonna now just go ahead. I think we need to do one more almond here. I'll take care of that, Jeffrey, just leave that there. And we're gonna go ahead, I will let you do just leave that, and I'll let you put that in the oven. It's preheated.
Is it preheated?
It sure is. That's the oven.
Top? Or do you want it in the middle?
I don't know, I've never baked in this oven yet.
I would say in the middle.
Do it.
Okay. Set a timer. For how long?
There's no timer on this old
We
oven.
don't have a timer on here.
Oh, I wish you could smell these cookies. Don't they smell delightful?
Oh, incredible.
Let's eat. Okay, we are ready. These cookies are finished. Jeffrey's gonna get them right off of that parchment.
So good.
Go ahead, get them off there. Yeah.
Getting them off. Look at them.
They don't.
It's a great idea.
They're not sticking at all.
No, they're not
No.
sticking at all.
And
They're not even
what do you call
really
it?
hot.
Not spatula. What's the thing?
It's a fork.
The thing that I can't find. That you get the cookies off of the plate because somebody's got
Spatula.
Yeah, I don't know where it is. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll let you see these. Aren't they nice? The piece of pottery there is made in England. And you know, hey, listen, once again, this was meant to be rolled up in a roll, like a jelly roll, but we did them this way. Let's see what one of the bottoms looks like. Is it nice and brown on the bottom?
I would imagine so. Oh,
Perfect. Yeah, great.
Mrs. Harding, I think, would be very happy.
Two more, and then I'm gonna percolate some coffee for the lusterware cups right here. And
Oh, yes.
we'll have a cookie.
Mm-hmm. Look at that.
Oh, it smells great. Boy, I'll tell you, that was a lot of fun. Did you enjoy yourself?
I had a blast.
Well, let's dig into these cookies. I can't wait. See what they look. Go ahead and serve yourself.
I will take one, yes.
Oh, take two. It's Easter week.
Sure.
Okay. Once again, the Florence Harding dishes.
Yes.
Go.
All right.
So we're gonna try these. They're crispy cookies, I guess.
Try it.
Mmm, crispy.
Mmm. They're very good. Perfect with coffee. I like them. You don't care for them? Oh, wait a minute.
Well, I'll say this.
They are a little dry after a while.
After a while,
Yeah, once you chew them
Oh,
for a
if you
while,
chew 'em.
they kind of dry out your mouth a little.
I'll say this. They have a nice flavor. What I would say is the 2000 and what year is it? I think the 2020,
2024 version needs to be updated.
the 2024 palate is so addicted here in the US to sugar, 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 sugar.
Mm-hmm.
I think these with a 1921 palate
Yeah.
would really consider them a treat. I like the flavor of them.
Yes.
They're not sweet. It's not a sweet, sickening sweet cookie,
Mm-hmm.
but they're light, crunchy.
Yep, they're light, crunchy, and with coffee, I'm sure. Definitely different.
So not bad. However, if you give these to kids, they're gonna go, ugh. Don't you think?
I think so.
You might want to up the sweetness a little bit if you are used to, if you have a sweet tooth. If you don't have a sweet tooth, I'd say they're delicious. So I'm not disappointed. I just have to get myself into the mindset of possibly what cookies would have tasted like about 100 years ago.
But Mr. Harding liked that was his favorite cookie.
I'm chewing.
No. Mr. Harding's favorite cookie. Although I don't know if I can picture Mrs. Harding in the kitchen at the White House. Do you think they would have let her in the kitchen?
I think she had staff. Well, folks, make them. Tell us what you think. roll it out like the recipe actually said, and maybe make 2 batches. One with the upping the sweetness a little bit, or maybe even just like that. And thank you for this towel that you brought down.
Oh, you're so
It's going to be a nice addition to the Old Curiosity Shop
Definitely
kitchen.
blends in perfect.
Thank you everyone for joining us in the kitchen, and we had fun making these cookies,
Yeah,
and
this was a lot of
that's what counts.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to finish this coffee and have another one, and I'm going to dunk and say thank you, Mrs. Harding. And everybody, have yourselves a lovely Easter.
Yes, happy Easter.
And a great weekend, and I'll see you when I see you. Actually, yeah, I'll see you when I see you. Right? Okay. From the Old Curiosity Shop, this is Scott saying thank you. Oh, and
Joffrey
saying thanks for watching. Now, wait for the cat. And so long for now. They're not bad.
If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake.
Okay, next. And you know I can edit
So
everything.
first-
Wait a minute. I'm just making sure I'm edited.
Are you good? Take 2. You're gonna edit this.
Maybe.
So first, we have to sift the flour. Let's go. Ah! Stop making me laugh.
3, 2, 1. You're on.